Hi, we're John and Irene from Once Upon a Motorhome.
And we thought that it would be really fun to share with you 3 of our favorite boondocking sites in Utah.
These locations are really good if you want to visit Zion, Capitol Reef, or Arches National Parks.
And for each of those locations we included the GPS coordinates as well as some basic information about the campsites and whether we could get the internet and just all kinds of information like that that might be helpful for you to decide whether you want to try them out.
This is Virgin Dam BLM, and we'll put the coordinates for this spot in the description.
The cool thing about it is that it's about 20 minutes away from the south entrance to Zion National Park, so that's definitely a big plus if you want to come to the park and you're looking for a place to stay.
Yeah, and it's really close to town, so it's easy to get supplies if you need to.
And we've been enjoying a pretty good AT&T cell signal around here, so that's also important if you need that for work.
The road to get here is very easy to drive on. It's paved, and there's a few campsites, and ours is actually level, so we didn't have to mess around with leveling blocks.
But be warned that if it rains like it did when we were staying here, you are gonna deal with mud and puddles.
There's a ton of mud when it rains, and it just turns into a mess here. Even though it's gravel, it's just like a layer of gravel on top of mud. But in the summer, I bet it would be pretty dry.
Right. And another plus, it is a very picturesque spot. You're surrounded by these beautiful views all around, so we definitely enjoyed that.
There are designated campsites, and each one is marked by a sign.
And the stay limit is 14 days.
And they have fire rings to go with each campsite.
And as of this video, it's a free site, so you can just park here for free. So all in all, we're really happy with this site, and we're definitely gonna be back. This BLM spot is located right off of Highway 24, which is the main highway going through the Capitol Reef National Park, and we're in fact about only 5 minutes away from the west entrance to the park, which makes it a great spot to take day trips from.
Yeah, it's right off the highway, and the road coming in is dirt, and it has lots of bumps in it, but we with a 32-foot motorhome didn't have any problem getting through it. We had to go slow, but just take it easy, take your time, and navigate the rocks in the road, and you should be just fine.
Yeah, make sure to come with enough daylight to spare to be able to see what the road looks like.
Also, if you're into geology, this is a really cool place because of all the different rock layers in the cliffs. There's just so much variety. It's just incredible. It's a really cool place to boondock.
And not to mention that it's a really beautiful, picturesque place to boondock.
Yeah, the views are really nice.
I mean, you can see right outside our window, we have one of the cliffs, and it's actually really cool because John found a trail that goes up.
Yep, there's a trail that goes right up to that cliff that you see behind us.
So it's a really fun spot, picturesque views, and also some hiking available right from your site.
As far as campsites, there's no designated campsites here, but there are fire rings where people have made campsites, and there's a lot of them actually. They're really close together. There's nobody here right now. We're the only ones here, but it's winter, but I would imagine that in the summertime it would get pretty full.
And as far as the cell signal, we get a pretty good reception on AT&T, so that's what we're using, and it works pretty great in this area. Also, this is BLM land. We couldn't find any information at the entrance here, but so we're assuming you're allowed to stay for 14 days, and currently, so in February of 2019, this is a free site.
It's also nice because it's really close to town. The town of Torrey is just about a mile away, so it's good if you have to go into town and get some supplies.
They have some restaurants too that we saw, but keep in mind that in winter it looks like most of the places are closed. It seems like it's a seasonal thing, so in winter you need to come prepared for that.
The This location is on Willow Springs Road, and that's just off of Highway 191 near Moab.
And it's a perfect spot if you're wanting to visit Arches National Park, Canyonlands National Park, or the town of Moab. It is really close to all of these things, and it is free.
The road coming in is graded, it's dirt, but it's very accessible with an RV, and it's a dead-end road, but you can turn around. There's a turnaround spot at the very end of the road. And there's just lots of campsites all along the road. They're spaced out pretty far apart. There's lots of group sites as well as individuals.
And when you're off season like we are, you pretty much have a pick of the place. I imagine when you're here in season, you probably, like if you're in a group site like we are right now, you'd probably have to share it with people. But hey, it's still better. I mean, you still get more space to yourself than you would if you were camping at an RV park.
There's not much shade here. Some of the sites have some short juniper trees, but ours in particular doesn't have any.
So if you're here in summer, you have to be prepared for heat.
Each site is designated by a fire ring. They don't have actual markers for the sites, but they do require you to stay in the sites that are marked with the rings.
And as far as the cell signal, so with AT&T, which is what we have, we discovered that some sites on this road will have signal and some will not. So in particular, if you have AT&T, you might want to drive with your phone in your hand so that you can see where the cell signal is in case that's important to you.
It's a real gorgeous place here. There's views all around. You can see plateaus and the La Salle Mountains over there, and you can even see a couple of the arches in Arches National Park from here.
So it's a really picturesque spot.
We hope this was helpful. Maybe it gave you a few ideas of places to stay when you're traveling through the area.
And let us know if you actually already stayed at those sites or if there's any sites that we should check out next time we're in Utah.
Don't forget to thumbs up this video and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, and we'll see you next time. Bye!
Bye.